Hi everyone, it's Natalie here at Go Green Baby, and spring has finally arrived. So I thought I would take a minute to talk to you about baby carriers and slings, because now that the weather's getting nice, a lot of us are going to be wanting to spend more time outdoors with our babies. So we're going to do a little bit of a two-part series. So today I'm going to talk about specifically newborn carriers, and next time I'm going to talk about soft structured carriers. So newborn carriers are ones that are more specific to smaller babies. The great thing about a newborn carrier is that it's often a lot softer and more cuddly, so it's going to be really great for bonding and replicating the womb for baby, and it's also going to be great for skin to skin contact. So we have two carriers that fit this category that I highly recommend for newborns. It's always great to purchase a newborn carrier if you're really wanting to carry baby, and especially for a long time. While our soft structured carriers do work for older babies and newborns, the ones that we're going to show you today are a lot nicer for newborn babies. So it's a great idea to have one of each, a newborn specific carrier and then a soft structured carrier for kind of a one size fits all, but a little bit when they're bigger. So the two that I'm going to show you are the ring sling and the stretchy wrap. So we have recently brought in True North ring slings, which are made in Canada. They're linen and they have lovely rings on them in different colors, which is great. And we carry the boba stretchy wrap. So I'm going to do a little demo of both, but first I'm going to tell you about each. So personally, I'm a huge fan of the stretchy wrap for a newborn. It is my favorite go-to carrier for small, teeny, tiny babies. And the reason is that the material's super soft, baby gets nice and close. You can do, as I mentioned, skin to skin. So a lot of time when you're at home, you can put the baby in there and you can be topless or just have your nursing bra on or just a regular bra or a tank top underneath and not feel like you're exposing yourself. Even in the summer, as it gets warmer, you could put a tank top or a short sleeve shirt underneath it and again, not feel like you're showing lots of your body. The other great thing is that it replicates the womb, so it keeps baby nice and tight and squished up inside. And when they're a newborn in those first couple months, they really love that feeling. They love being squished up and they love having that feeling of being in the womb. So I'm going to show you the stretchy wrap first, and then we'll go on to the ring sling. So the great thing about the stretchy wrap is that although it seems like it's really hard to use, it's actually just as easy or complicated to use as the ring sling. All of them take the same amount of time, so sometimes we think that the buckles and the clips and the ring make things easier, but that's not necessarily true. You're going to want to give them all about 5 to 10 times before you really get the hang of it. So don't give up after the first few times if you feel like it isn't working out. So stretchy wrap is going to have a tag in the middle that shows you where the middle of your wrap is. You're going to start with that. So you're going to, I like to fold it in half. It's not necessary. I just find it offers a little bit more support and a tighter fit. So you're going to fold it in half. It wraps around the front, kind of at belly button level. It goes behind and crosses, comes over your shoulders. At this point, you can spread it out. The key with the stretchy wrap is really tying it as tight as possible. If you tie it too loose, it's not going to feel secure, and then you're going to feel like baby's not in there, they're going to fall out. So tie it tight. You can always loosen it as the baby, if you're feeling like it's too tight once the baby's in there. These two pieces go through this middle section. Try not to stretch this out too much. Send them through there. So we have the cross in the back. They come forward down straight. We're going to cross them again. And then you're going to pull it behind you. You can tie it up at the back. You can bring it around if you have extra. Tie it in the front, tie it at the side. Just do a nice double knot wherever you feel it's most convenient for you. So this is our basic tie. You can use this from the time the baby's newborn all the way until they're about 20 pounds-ish. The packaging is going to tell you that you can use it up to 35 pounds. Realistically, most people are using it until about 20 pounds, and then the material just starts to sag too much because the baby gets too heavy. I'm going to show you with a little doll to show you how the newborn's going to go in. So your newborn baby, you are going to sit them with their legs right up into their belly. Don't be afraid of that. That's how they were inside you, which is why they love this. Or you can do a somewhat Buddha position where they cross their legs and come up in front, or they can do a froggy position with their legs coming up nice and high, never with their legs underneath their bum. So you're gonna bring them in whatever position they feel like is most comfortable. You're gonna raise them up to your shoulder, and you're gonna stuff them inside the inside panel first. So this one here, they're gonna go slide them down. You're gonna run it across their bum and up over their shoulder. You're gonna pull the other side panel, so the other one that's over the other shoulder, same thing, across the bum and up over their shoulder. And then that very first piece that we tied around our waist is gonna come right up over top of baby. You can spread this out nice. You can see it creates a great little pouch here for baby. You're gonna always want baby's head facing in, never towards your armpit, because they're not gonna be able to breathe in there. So make sure their head's facing in. You also want them to be kissable so that they're nice and close to you. You can feel their breathing, you can feel their heartbeat, and they're within reach. And then if you wanted to, you could pull this up over their head just a little bit to offer them some head protection. This is your newborn carry. As baby ages, you can pull their feet out the bottom here so that they're hanging out a little bit. So this is going to be more once they start to reach 2 or 3 months age. So that's our first newborn carrier, the one that I prefer for the main reason that it's going to offer you nice shoulder support. The second carrier that we have that's specific to newborn is the ring sling. The great thing about the ring sling is that it's going to, once you get going, be a little bit quicker to put baby in and a little bit more convenient sometimes in outings. So this one, as you can see, required a little bit of work. So sometimes if I'm going out, I'll do it all on beforehand and then, drive or walk wherever I'm going and put baby in. The ring sling can be a little bit quicker in those situations because once you have your ring adjusted, it goes over your shoulder like this, rings nice and high. So you want to make sure that your material is spread out within your rings nice and evenly. And you create for your very newborn baby a nice little pouch in there. So create a nice little pouch. I like to lift this up a little bit higher because once I tighten it, it's going to come down. And we really want the ring sitting at about brooch level. I know none of us really wear brooches anymore, but imagine if you did, where a brooch would go, that's where you want your rings. So I lift it up a little bit so that when I tighten it, the rings come down here. Baby's going to go in the same way as their other one. Initially, legs all squished up into their belly, froggy style, Buddha style, whichever is more comfortable. Lift them up towards your shoulder, lower them down into that pouch. Make sure that the material comes up nice and high, almost just kind of around their neck or just a little bit up towards in their head. And then you're going to pull your sling nice and evenly throughout. And you've got a great newborn hold here. As I said, once you get going with this one, this can be one of the most challenging ones to start with. But once you get going and catch the hang of it, this is going to be a really quick one for you when you're out and about. So instead of carrying and lugging around that really heavy car seat into stores when you're grocery shopping or stopping in a Go Green Baby, you can slip them in a sling really quickly and just be on your way. Personally, I find that these don't work well for long periods of time for me because I have a bad back. So I find that it's a lot of pressure on my shoulder and that just goes right into my back. And we do find that a lot of people complain about that as well. If you do have a really good position, you should be able to get a decent amount of time out of it, half an hour to an hour, depending upon your comfort level. Whereas with our wrap, I can carry the baby around for 2 or 3 hours. As baby ages, their feet will come out and get cupped into the material, and they can also shift to a hip carry. So thanks so much for tuning in. Those were our newborn carriers. If you stay tuned, our next session, we're going to talk about our soft structure carriers. We also have in store a baby wearing loan and trial program whereby you can come in, try on all the carriers with us, take 2 of them home for a week, give them a test run. It's $40. If you end up purchasing a carrier, the $40 just goes right back towards your purchase. So a really great way to test these out and see which one is going to work better for you, your baby, and your family. You can find these carriers on our website, www.go-greenbaby.ca. Thanks so much.